Hello. This time, welcome to the episode of Fictional Motivation. I'm your host, Quan, and today we're going to be diving into a very unique kind of movie, very old school movie, but it's going to be actually quite relatable, quite funny in a way. The movie we want to talk about is The Waterboy on visualization. Hope everybody's having a good day, and here we go. So The Waterboy came out in November 6, 1998. Raised by his overprotective mother, Helen, Bobby Boucher Jr. is the waterboy for a successful college football team coached by Red. But when Red fires Bobby, he takes up the same position for a rising rival team led by Coach Clinton. After witnessing a player who teased him too much, Clinton adds him to the roster, excuse me, as a linebacker. Ooh, wow, that kind of came up weird. As a linebacker, which takes the team takes the team to the championship contenders. Sorry, I got a light frog in my throat. Give me a minute. All right, a little bit better. But takes the team to championship contenders. For one, if you've not seen this awesomely funny, interesting movie, I suggest you should. You'll get a lot of laughs from it. But what you'll also see from it that I'm taking from it today is the visualization part. Now, there's a lot of scenes in the movie to where at first Bobby Boucher doesn't know how to do these things, but then it takes pretty much visualization. Spoiler alert, we'll wait for a second. But the spoiler is that pretty much he visualizes everyone who's insulted him to use that ability in football. So every time when he wants to tackle somebody, because he's pretty much deemed as a nice person, he pretty much visualizes them as someone who's insulting him, or teasing him on something, making fun of him or something, and he just visualize until he's just all riled up and angry, and he charges in. Now, as interesting as that is, there is some actual science to that. Pretty much visualization, and also called pretty much mental rehearsal, has a lot of benefits, and I think now people are trying to tap a little bit on the surface, but for starters, try to think about what I want to think. Try to think about a skill that you want to attain a little bit more of. Like, let's say you want to get better at basketball or get better at pretty much drawing or something. The days you don't draw, experiment by thinking in your head, imagining, visualizing that you're drawing, that you're doing every detail. Remember, with visualization, the more detail you put into it, the better your practice will be. And the reason why I kind of say it like that is because there's been multiple studies, that the mind, when you visualize properly, the body accustoms those even movements, even in the mental side, as if it's doing them right now. And that's because in some cases it's been talked about, you'll hear some spiritual folks, but also maybe some science folks, that the reason why visualization works is because there are times to where the mind cannot tell what is real and what is not real. And it can pretty much, you can take advantage of that by pretty much using visualization for like practicing some stuff. And there's been multiple studies. You can look up visualization experiments, and there are multiple studies of people who would, one study to where it's like one group did piano playing, and actually practiced piano. And one group practiced piano mentally, visualized it multiple times. And they found out that pretty much the people who did either the piano with, pretty much physically, and people who did the piano mentally, they both had the same regions of the brain popping off, as if they were both playing the piano the same way. There's another story that I heard of that I remember way back, that there was this guy who was skiing on slopes, and an accident happened to where he would be immobilized for about a few months. And the few months he was doing that, he was pretty much going through this. He was kind of focusing on healing. He was also doing visualization through that time. And when he finally got his legs back, when he got pretty much rehab and done and everything, he went back to the slopes. And everyone was amazed that he pretty much caught on to doing the slopes so well, so quickly. And then asked him, was like, man, what happened? I mean, you were kind of unable to move for about a few months, and you just hit the slopes like nothing happened, like you missed a beat. And his words were, well, it's because when I was pretty much in the hospital, every day I was on these slopes in here. I was practicing, I was feeling every movement, feeling everything I had to adjust, and I was on the slopes every single day when I was in the hospital. But that just proves the power of visualization. And you can also check out the funny power of visualization with in the movie, because there are times to where you see some of these visualizations and be like, yeah, that's funny. And then there are times where you see some of these visualizations and you go like, uh, okay, but I mean, if that works for you, I guess that works for you. Which goes to the fact of like some visualizations, they have to work for you. That's the thing. If you visualize something and it's not clicking, maybe you're not putting in the right energy, the right creativity for that visualization. With that being said, keep that in mind. Pretty much if you like this kind of content, my bad, please like, share, subscribe. Hope to hear from you soon. Remember, keep the visualization going, keep motivation going. I'm going to try to get out a batch of videos soon. As always, stay awesome and keep doing your thing. Deuces.